Hello everyone, update for today's trading. No video yesterday because I was still disgusted with myself after Wednesday. I sat at my desk, took a few trades on Sim, nothing serious. Didn't feel like trading at all. Today I started with an inside bar in NQ and then decided to trade PATS on ES. Day started out with a loss. I just, the good thing, so I took this inside bar looking for 30 points to the upside, and we got about 9 before it reversed and stopped me out within less than a minute. And I'd been humbled so much on Wednesday that I just accepted it. It's my best reaction to a loss in I don't know how long. I didn't try to reverse it. I didn't try to size up. In hindsight, that would have been a good option because I could have got 30 points on the outside bar. But yeah, if I'd been ticked in on this huge bar, 90 points, that would have been an account breaker. So I'd made the right decision. I took the loss and went, okay, just move on. And that was on the PA account. So $90 down within 20 minutes of the account open. Not too bad in overall, $90 down, but I was already down to $495 a drawdown yesterday or by Wednesday. So after this loss, we were under 400 or almost under 400. But better day on the ES. However, trade selection not optimal. But result wise, good. So I'll go through my chart. I've realized my chart reading skills have not been optimum with PATS when I compare it to other traders, Mac, Thomas Wade. I just don't know what I used to be able to chart very well, I think, but recently I've realized my skills aren't as good as I thought they were, which is probably where my problems have been coming in with PATS. So I noticed the last few losses I took with PATS were where I was drawing a wider channel where a wider channel wasn't valid. So I was really trying to play very tight channels today. But in any case, I came in today and had this very big up channel. Never got a new test for this, so maybe, for me, this looks very good. So maybe just one of those cases where you don't get a break and retest. A down channel, very messy. Correction to a new low. For me, another down channel, break, new low, back up. Break, new high. At this time, after this big push down, in this reaction here, I started to think of something wider. I didn't really like this with this overshoot. Maybe it was just a early overshoot. Maybe you could draw it like this as well from here. Also fits nice. So maybe that's more accurate. In any case, both fit. Yeah, I think it's probably something like this. Yeah, I didn't see any way to get in here, at least for me. Then we have another break, new low. And here, I was thinking of trying to find a way to get in, maybe for another retest here, but no cigar, nothing happened. And then here, around here was a little tempted. I think maybe I was playing something like this at the time. But yeah, I was still expecting a new low here. I wasn't really looking to go long at this point. But then my first trade comes, and I do think this was very aggressive and probably maybe not a valid setup. So, we hit this level here, and then we come all the way down. We break, we make a new low very aggressively down here, and we get this green bar. and I entered aggressively here. I think after that first loss, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck with this account now. I'm just gonna take what I see. And these trades often, if they're gonna work, they work very quickly. If they're not gonna work, they take you in and immediately stop you out. What I saw here was kind of a visual first entry long, second entry long. Zoom in a little more. There we go, much better. Possibly you could argue that the uptrend started here and it was a bit wider, but could be something like that as well. That looks good. So maybe that was my error here. But I quite liked how it looked with a narrower channel. I had a break, new low. And if I reset the count on this swing here, it's a first entry long, second entry long. But again, aggressive. Because yeah, this easily could be something like this. So maybe not a trade that I should be repeating, but at the time I thought it was a good enough. It was a risk worth taking to get back to the EMA. And I took 10 ticks on the scalp and around 12 ticks on the runner. Yeah, so maybe a little more actually. I think maybe 5 points, if I remember well. I think I moved it to around the EMA when we got pushed up here. I thought if this comes back to the EMA and reject or doesn't hold, then likely we're going to come back down, which it did. A little runner. And then here I saw that we established some support around here. So here we get one leg up, break new high. And I was doubting whether this was a wider channel, like this one, or if it was a one leg break new high. And I think it's a break new high. Because they are two nice broad legs, and there's no real strong reaction here. It does touch, wick up, and break below. Some reaction, but maybe not strong enough to be that third touch to validate the channel. But what I liked about here was we had the two broad legs of correction. One leg down, depending on how you draw it as well. This could be a break new low all in one bar. First entry long, second entry long. Doesn't finish green, but it's in the upper third, which is valid enough. And I liked how strong it reversed. Again, I got 10 ticks on this one due to the ATR. Bit slower than the first trade to tick out, but we got there on this candle here. No runner, break even +1. But yeah, I think, again, a bit risky given that this... I didn't have the range drawn at this time. And then I drew the range after and thought, oh, maybe not such a good decision to go long up here. But I thought after we took out this low here, maybe we're going to reverse, which we eventually did. And normally when there's been a break new high and I'm not sure of a wider channel, skip the second entry long, but this was such a broad two legs that I thought another attempt of its high is going to happen, which it did. We sort of just... I was tempted by this lower high here. I'd already taken this one and I wasn't... If this wider uptrend was in play, it still hadn't got a new high, so I didn't take it at the time, but now I see... Maybe argue to reset a count here. First entry short, second entry short off the support here, resistance, possible trade. But I was quite happy with those two for now. So yeah, then we break out of the range eventually, and then we come into this part of the day where extremely slow. So we had this initial channel break new high, but then we just kept drifting up with these dojis. and I thought probably something wider here. So I drew this initially, which I quite liked. And we just kept drifting higher. Then I took a very risky trade and it did pay off. But again, I think I was like, this PA's in drawdown, fuck it. Let's rock and roll. So the channel comes up and makes a high here. We have a break and we make another attempt to go higher. But again, we don't make a new high. We make another break, another attempt, and we don't get a new high. And I was tempted in by this higher low, but firstly, we've went quite. I sometimes get confused because Thomas Wade will mark higher lows like this that have moved a long way from the first swing, whereas Mac will say it's moved too far. If it's moved further than a scalp, it's moved too far. But depending on the context, I like to take these. Not the best signal bar, doji-ish, but I thought we were going to get another test. This was so bullish. I thought we were going to get another test. But there's a few arguments against. You could argue that here we're going long into this resistance now. And here, all this space here, we're kind of rounding off. But then we have had this correction here, a bigger correction below the EMA, and we're pushing back up. So I think I could argue that it's okay to aim for a new high. I dropped my order, and this is where Iran decided to step in and say, we're going to give Daryl a 20-point runner. Like, we're not making this announcement to end the war. We're going to make an announcement to give Daryl and his sim account a 20-point runner to lessen the blow of Wednesday. So what happens? I drop my order, and this candle opens here and free falls down. And I thought, well, if it comes back up, it's going to come back up with a lot of momentum, which should get me my 8-tick scalp. And I looked away from my screen and looked back, and price was already up here. So that's when Iran had made the announcement that they were looking to not negotiate the end of a war, but they were open to it. And yeah, the market liked that a lot. So my scalp was already taken out within about 2 seconds. And then I had a runner on, and the ATM was set up for 20 points. And I want to say I got lucky to get the 20 points because I chart off the ES, but I placed the order on the MES. So for now, with the PA and drawdown, I'm using 5 micros, 4 for a scalp, 1 for a runner. And now I look on the ES, I think I got in around here, 75. But it only went to 97.25, so 19.5 points on the ES. So with all this volatility on the MES, it must have went at least 2 ticks more, which got me my 20 points of runner. I think I'd already moved my stop to about here, so in any case, I was certain of 10 points. Probably would have moved it up here again, but nice to get 20-point runner. Thank you, Iran. Thank you for releasing that just as I took a risky trade, but this time it paid off. After that bit of luck from the Iranian comrades, I decided to shut down for the day. After that loss on the NQ in the morning, I managed to turn it around. I think I ended the day with a PA in profit, $155. So a few micros I was using in the ES. Fine with that. So yeah, I really spent yesterday thinking about different strategies, looking different strategies up on YouTube, different YouTubers, traders on YouTube, different forums, and yeah, I'm still in two minds. If we could have a day like this with PATS regularly, I would be fine to trade PATS. But my chart reading isn't as good as I think. I think I'm taking it for granted, or just assuming that after 2 years I'm good enough at chart reading, and I'm not. And maybe I just need to work on that, and maybe just keep myself away from the chart reviews and Mac. I don't want to talk bad about Mac because his chart reviews are really helpful, especially in the beginning, but when you have a bad day and then you open Mac's chart and there's 14 trades, mark 15 trades, just automatically get pissed off. And I think I just need to take this strategy and trade it my way. Trade chart as I want to. And yeah, make it my own. And I think that might make the losses easier to handle because, again, not to criticize anyone regarding the PATS community, but there is this sort of idea that if you take a loss, it's your fault. You didn't read the chart right. You made a mistake. You were wrong. Instead of just how it should be, you flip a coin on a trade. Probabilities might be with you this time, they might not be. But over the long term, with an edge, you should come out profitable. And I think that's how it should be with PATS strategy, PATS community, everyone trading PATS, but there's this sort of belief amongst a lot of people trading the strategy that if you're reading the chart right, you'll never have a loser. It's 4 ticks is just 100% sure, and yeah, hindsight that's perfect, but in the moment, there's many situations where yeah, you're not 100% sure. You're not 100% sure if a lower high is going to work, for example, after a breakthrough extreme, because it might fail and you might have a spike in channel, which you don't know at the time. I think I have to get my if I'm to continue with PATS, which out of laziness I think I'm going to do, because I remember how long it took me to be in a position to trade or even identify the trades with PATS, and I kind of just don't want to go back to zero, complete zero with another strategy. I have had payouts with PATS, 3 small payouts I've had. I've been going for 8 ticks, couple of 8-tick trades a day. And I think I just need to think longer term. I mean, I say this every video. Next week I'll fucking blown another account because I didn't take a loss. But that's my problem. I need to print something out and put on my wall that says I am not living the life I want to because I can't take a loss. And it's really just the only thing that's stopping me. If I could just take a shit day, but not go on tilt, over the long term, I would be profitable. And I just need to concentrate, come into each day in the right headspace, chart well. You know, I'm not 100% sure of a trade or high on charting, just don't take a trade. But it's all this that I need to get in order, sort out, because what, a quarter of a way, or third of a way through 2026, and I have achieved fuck all. As we would say in Scotland, F all. So I really need to get shit in order. And kind of just annoyed because we'll have May and then June already, we're into summer trading. Last summer was horrific to trade. So slow. Sandra, I don't know. I just need to try. I think I need to try and get my shit in order now. And then after summer, like, give myself 4 months to get my in order, and then from September be hitting the ground running and end the year strong. Because yeah, I thought this year was going to be the year of it. Yeah, we're just going to be payout, multiple accounts, 30, 40 PAs, just rolling cash. And oh, it's been horrific. So, and I just have myself to blame. And, but yeah, if I could just accept these days, like have a day like this, a couple, 2-3 wins. So yeah, 3-4 of these days in a row, and then there's a shit day. And it would be fine. I just need to accept this as a long-term project. Only thing that's stopping me is my inability to take a loss. Just take a loss like a fucking adult, which I did today. Maybe I've just been humbled enough that I've just decided, okay, that's it. So just take a loss. That's all I need to do. And yeah, the strategy, I piss and moan about PATS, but this stage, after doing it for 2 years, it feels like it's the most logical for me. Just, I mean, I already have a good base. I don't trade it perfectly, of course, because if I did, I wouldn't be in this position I am. But I think I trade, or I can trade it good enough where I could get multiple accounts and multiple payouts if I look long term and if I manage my emotions and losses correctly and risk. So I don't want to change. I just don't want to change another strategy. I honestly at this point don't have the fucking energy, enthusiasm to learn another strategy. I'm 36. I'm not 22-year-old who's got all the enthusiasm and energy of the world. I need to try and perfect my knowledge of PATS. Maybe this is like I don't know, a type of drug where I'm just, or a toxic relationship that keeps me hanging on, as the song would say. But at least with that runner today, a couple of other scalps, the damage that was done on Wednesday, we've made a little headway into that. Still in drawdown, but hopefully we can just keep working at it, and hopefully it may make more progress. And yeah, I think I just need that one goal, accept the loss. Keep the stop in place, accept the loss. 2 losses in a day, walk away. And just see what happens. I don't think I wouldn't have blown any evals, any PAs, just trading the strategy. Just accepting a loss. Because I don't lose 3, 4, 5 in a row. So an account shouldn't be in jeopardy. But yeah, my finger takes over, my emotions take over, and yeah, numerous evals, PAs have been blown because I don't accept my emotions, don't accept a red day, and I'm just thinking every trade is like a penalty in a cup final shootout, and just can't succeed in trading like that. So again, as always, having to work on these emotions, and yeah, fine, really just work on this PA, keep it alive, get it back out of drawdown, and slowly towards a payout, hopefully. And we'll see what the next steps are. But I think this is going to be profitability with PATS or daytrading, so we'll see what happens first, my profitability with PATS or my death. I hope it's the first one. I hope you had a good day as well. Hope you have a good weekend, and see you next week. Peace.